It's an honor to be here with you. Thank you very much. I love this topic, and I just haven't had a chance to share on it for a while. So I'm like, this was really cool to update the stuff I had and put a new kind of take on it together. So I will go ahead and share my screen
Awesome.
to help us walk through that. All right, we should be seeing that right now, correct?
Yep, I see it.
Okay, perfect,
You're good to go.
perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So this is all about figuring out what is your vision, as we just heard us talk a little bit about what are you passionate about, and how do we meld those things together to have a rock star business. So what we're going to do is talk about how you figure out what your ikigai is, and we'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a moment, and how you can then align that with what you're doing for your business, how that all plays together. And as Latara just was just talking about, you're building a business you're passionate about, has the opportunity to be profitable, and we'll talk through kind of how we figure that out as we go along here. So, have you heard of Ikigai? If you have not, that's exactly how it's pronounced, Ikigai. It is a Japanese practice which helps you align all these pieces together, right? How you can resonate with what you're passionate about. What does the world need? What will people pay for? And as you combine all those things together, you should end up with a business you have a lot of passion about and that a lot of people are going to want to interact with. So it's how to put all those pieces together. This helps you also, as this is showing you, prevent burnout. If you're passionate about what you're doing, get fulfillment from it, it's a lot harder to get burned out doing it because you're getting that fulfillment piece along the way. I love helping people, helping business owners, and that enabled me to build a business that helps business owners and attracts that audience. And I've been around for 20 plus years, so that's working out pretty well. So the first thing, and this is a little bit interactive, the first thing I want you to think about is, what do you love to do? And what are you good at? So Latara, do you want to be our interactive audience for today?
Sure, sure. I love solving problems, helping people. I love creating strategies. I love graphic design. I love being creative. All of those things.
Well, that's good. That's perfect. Now, of that, what do you think the world needs of those, associated with those kind of passions, but what is the world looking for?
Um, hmm. What's a good way to figure that out?
Well, part of this by observing around you, right? And I
Right.
think in this case, we can narrow it down just a titch to, what do business owners in the world need? What are they
Hmm.
looking for?
Right.
So
Right.
I would dare to surmise that business owners are looking for a way to get their vision across, right? A way to
Hmm.
communicate that in a way that is attractive and resonates with other business owners.
Yes.
So that kind
I love that. Yes.
of
Well said. Well put.
thank you. Thank you. Um, and as we go into this next phase, do we think they would pay for it?
Yes, for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're kind of lining up you, whether you did this on purpose or not, what you ended up putting together is resonating down this path, right? With
Hmm.
ideal marketing solutions.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, so as we put that together, you have passion around it, you're good at it. I loved your presentation last week about personal branding. Um, you're able to communicate that in a way that attracts people and in a way that people will pay you for it. So oddly enough, you're pretty well lined up.
Wonderful.
And for those
Can
of you,
you,
oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so for those of you who are not with us today but watching the replay, go through that same thought process for yourself. What are you passionate about? What are you good at? What does the world need? And will they pay for it? And you kind of narrow in on what you're doing. And part of the opportunity of this exercise is to look at what you're doing today. Excuse me. And is that aligned? And if it's not aligned, what's the gap?
Can you can
Yep.
you give me and the folks watching a clearly defined separation between profession and vocation? What's the difference?
That is a good question. Um, so vocation is kind of the whole what you get from fulfillment from what you want to be able to do. You turn it into a profession, and now people are paying for it.
Uh-huh.
So does that
Okay.
help?
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, when they match up, that's a great place to be. Your vocation of what you're good at and what you enjoy doing matches up with what people will pay for. So you can turn it into a profession.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome. No problem. We enjoy questions here. So again, especially if you're watching the replay, pause it right here and take some time to reflect through these questions. And I love the way it starts with what do you enjoy doing, even if you don't get paid for it? So let's start with that. What do you enjoy doing, even if you're not getting paid for it? And they can roll into the next questions about, and I like this one as well. What do people consistently ask you for help with? So if people are asking you for help, one, they're seeing you as an authority on that thing. And if they keep asking you, they're getting value out of what your response is. So that's kind of building us towards, if people keep asking me questions about this thing, I wonder if other people will start to pay for that answer, right? And that can just roll you right into um, combining that with the things that people already pay you for, right? Where's that crossover? Where's that gap, and can you align that more closely as you work through this? So, and this really gets back, then these questions are really driving us into that alignment piece. What's going on with your current business? You're offering the things you might be able to offer based on what you just talked about as far as what people are asking you questions about. What are people seeking your advice on? Are you actually have those built into your business to have people pay you for that information? If not, that's a great gap to close, right? If lots of people are asking you for this advice, but you don't have it as part of your business model, services, products, that is a gap to close. And feel free to take a screenshot of this, but this is a way for you to kind of walk through the things that we just talked about and start mapping out your business from an ikigai perspective now. You've gone through that thought process. What do you love to do? What are people asking you about? What value are you already providing to people? Rolling that into your business model for products and services, and then announce, roll out, market that new product or service or what else has been added. Welcome, Gwen.
I
So
apologize for being late. Thank you.
you're welcome. And that's the beauty of the replay, right? Is you can watch the parts that you missed. So your next steps on this particular process is to identify those gaps, look at how you'll align them and update your business model, again, products or services, and then look at how you can measure the results from that. And that's a great callback to some of our other presentations about goals and achievement, etc. And then you can get support from people who can help you with that and go through that process with you. So that is our victory presentation day, vision to victory. aligning it with your ikigai, and am very happy to answer questions or anything that's come through here. And I see that we might have something in the chat here. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that was just me.
That was just you.
Uh,
I see
I
that.
do. I would like to make a comment though. What I really love about what you said was in one of the first slides, I don't remember the exact wording of it, but the thought process that I had around it was that if you're working at a job you hate, it's going to feel more stressful than if you're working at something that you're passionate about. So even if you're working just as hard or possibly even harder, it won't feel like work because you're enjoying it, and it won't give you that overwhelm, that burnout, the stress that that you would have if you're doing something you don't like doing. So I think that's one of the beauties of ikigai.
Yes, thank you. And that reminds me of a quote I've heard from someone else in the past. Working in your flame, same kind of thing, right?
Ooh, I
I'm
love
working
that.
in my flame about the things I'm passionate about. I'm not getting caught up in this wax.
Ooh, I love that. That's a great analogy.
Maybe I should add that to this presentation. But yeah, I love it as well. I need to figure out where it came from so I can attribute it correctly if I'm going to pull it in. But yeah, it's so true. If you love what you do, it doesn't seem like work.
Mm-hmm.
You get fulfillment from it, so it helps you alleviate the burnout and great add-in from you overwhelm because you're getting enjoyment from it. Sometimes it's hard work. Oddly enough, some of the hardest work I ever did was when I was at American Express, and but we were solving people's problems, and it was like fulfilling, even though we were working hard. So it is a great concept, and for people who have not gotten to that opportunity, definitely recommend you go through this process and then figure out how you can fill that gap.
Love it. Gwen knows a lot about stress, right, Gwen?
Yes.
You. I know how to help with it, and also how to have a lot of it. Isn't that the way?
Yes, of course. So you're very well versed.
I'm well versed on both sides of it.
Yes. Excellent.
And I've heard of ikigai. Remind me what ikigai is, since I when I looked up, I'm like, I set a timer, so I'm always early for things, and the timer, since it came in, and I signed up so late, I did not get a timer.
Well, that is okay. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again for this one. This
Yay!
particular slide. So ikigai is going through this thought process. What you love doing, what you get fulfillment from, what does the world need, what are they willing to pay for, and then you combine that into, okay, I love doing this, people need it, they're willing to pay for it, this is what I'm going to do. Is that kind of...
And what so ikigai isn't it Japanese, and it means something?
It is Japanese, and
It's the next slide. Yeah.
yeah, reason for being.
So it's your purpose. Awesome. Your
Yeah.
reason for being. I love that. So ikigai is your reason for being. Thank you. Oh, I love that photo. That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
It's very calming.
I wonder
and
what
serene,
giant put those rocks together.
Yeah. I agree. I like it.
Yeah, so it's like the Japanese framework for finding your purpose.
Yes. And it has a whole different, what's what I'm looking for? Context around it, because it's coming at it from a different perspective than perhaps if you guys are familiar with Simon Sinek's Why. That's it comes at it from a different angle. And I love the Ikigai process of that whole, what do I enjoy doing? What am I passionate about? What I love doing? is there a way I can figure out how to make money from that? And it kind of walks you through that. And you start, if you kind of go through this as an exercise, you start kind of do the if then this that. If then that kind of, okay, this piece of it I could make money from, I may need to add something else to make more money or enough money, right? But if you can build any part of what you're doing around what you're passionate about, what gives you fulfillment, as you go into, so as Latara shared, I've been a business owner for 20 plus years now. If I wasn't enjoying what I'm doing, I might not be so happy. So, and I might have changed off to something else. So that is such a blessing to be able to work in what you get fulfillment from, what you enjoy. And oh, by the way, you're making money too. It's I really like that.
I like this very much. You said to take a screenshot, so I did when I first came in, and so I'm seeing it again after you just shared it. This is a way to relieve stress.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Maybe even that when you start stressing that's not what you love. It's like maybe it's something you think you love, and yet when you start trying to give it to someone, like so for me, I know that I'm a dancer, so when I dance, it gives me joy. But when I was younger and I started dancing professionally, it didn't give me joy anymore, so I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And now I dance professionally, and it still gives me joy again.
Interesting.
So there might be something that you love to do, but to do it in front of other people or to give it to other people may be stressful and not be what you love, just because you love it so much. Like, I love to cook, I love to bake, and I have friends that I bake bread and stuff for because it's super specialized, and because I can't do all kinds of things, so I make this bread and it's awesome. And she keeps saying, you need to do a business, people need your bread. And I'm like,
right
making large quantities of this bread, maybe a few more, but yeah. So I love that, but it's not something that I love. And maybe the world does need that bread. And maybe I could get paid for it. But all of the pieces that go into that to make that bread come to the market would not be fun for me. Someone else would have to do it. And maybe that would work.
Well, no, that is a great example, because to your point, sometimes when you have to do mass quantities or in public, or now there's the stress of performance, whereas when you did it just because you love it, you're not measuring the result, right? You're not measuring the quality of what you're doing. But as soon as you're getting paid for it, that puts in a whole different light.
It does.
Fantastic. Fantastic observation. I love it.
Yes. Thank you so much for that insight. I don't think not everybody has thought about that. The repercussions of turning your hobby into your profession. I love it. Thank you, Gwen.
Yeah, it's a fantastic piece of the puzzle to think about, right?
Yeah. I think the other piece to it is just the fulfillment part, because you might be in the later part of your life going, wow, my life didn't mean anything, or you just find that there's like an empty space inside of like, oh, I should have been doing more with my life or something. So
well, as soon as you were describing that, empty space is what I was thinking about, that you didn't get that fulfillment.
Yes.
You didn't take that break. I know that I'm much happier because I left corporate America and started my own business than I'd be if I was still slaving away at a corporate job, right? So for me, part of that answer was I work as hard as I did then, but it's for myself versus for somebody else, and I'm just getting a piece of the pie instead of the whole pie. So that's another good analogy.
You're fulfilling your own dream instead of somebody else's dream.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I love that. All right.